So imagine this. The smartest person in the entire world and the dumbest person in the entire world are alone in a room together. Both people are the dumbest person in the entire world because the only one to judge that of them is the other person. This is what's called perception. The only caveat to this story is that one person actually has something called objective truth on their side, and that would be the smartest person. Because both people think they're the smartest and both people think the other one is the dumbest, but the truth actually matters. Now, right now, I actually find myself in a room situation where I actually am the smartest one because I have the knowledge of what happened on my side. I made a video, posted it on TikTok, where I was basically talking about being on a walk, and this girl was walking towards me and did everything she could, including taking her phone and turning it into landscape mode to not make eye contact, to not say hi, anything like that. Which on a personal level is totally fine. I don't need anything from anyone in that capacity, but it speaks to a larger message where I think people being so far disconnected in this world is actually really unhealthy. And when you're so tied to your phone, you don't know how to interact with your environment. It's not good. That's what turns people into creeps, which I've been accused of being in this very video, but the tendencies that oppose my own are actually the ones that create that. Now, I'm dealing with so many people in this crazy world of TikTok, whatever the heck that really is, hating me, in quotations, because they don't actually know me. They've never met me. They've only met a maybe 60-second video of something that I said. But organizing my mindset around thousands and thousands of people hating me online has been a really interesting thing. So I wanted to make this video diving into that, talking about where my mind goes with this kind of thing, and really taking a second to zoom out, looking at what's such a big issue in the world of social media, but zooming back into reality and seeing what has actually changed, which I seem to think is not much. I like the
You missed the shot though.
dropping the leaves. What do you think?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was good.
Perfect.
Okay.
First try.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy part about the whole thing is that social media actually is not real. And you see all these people that blow up with people hating on them, and then it works in their favor, which is ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah, any news is good news, or
yeah. Which I haven't even checked TikTok to know if that's the case. Which I know I've lost thousands of followers, I'm sure, but followers don't even matter if they're the people that would have hated you anyways. And that's what I've been saying the whole time. The people who hate me right now would have eventually. It's just getting out of the way right now. But these people are not even real. Because if I've seen anything on TikTok that makes me even that I viciously disagree with, the furthest extent I've ever gone is to, I don't know, send it to one of you guys and just go, get a load of this.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like commenting on a video that you disagree with angrily is one of the most NPC things you can possibly do. That's just not real, because there's a freaking weird arrogance that comes along with that, in thinking that, oh, in this sea of people's opinions, mine is going to mean something.
Yeah, it's like people, when they watch a sports game, criticize the athletes, saying, like, you're getting paid $1 million and you can't make that catch. It's like, well, do you know all the things they're going through? Probably not. It's easy to look at it from afar and say, oh, I know exactly what's going on, but you don't. You don't know what's going on, whether they're going through some type of stress, maybe they're going through a divorce, or maybe they have some injury that they're working through. There's so many factors, and for you to just make a statement like that, like you're some expert.
But I've just had to keep wrestling with this idea that these people don't know me at all, and they're making an opinion about a thing as if I'm fake, because I think that's how most people view social media. They're just watching a thing, and it's all these little characters, and they say, oh, this one's the bad guy. But it couldn't be further from reality.
They don't realize it's another human being. If you were right in front of them, I guarantee you, not even, I don't even know, like not even a fourth of them would say what they said.
Oh, dude, they would try to eat me before they said anything to me. That's the crazy thing. It's a bunch of people that are unsettled, unhealthy. I mean, again, to just get vicious on social media in a comment section, probably one of the most defining factors of poor mental health I could think of.
That's what I was going to say. It's people already say they wouldn't take advice from someone with poor mental health, or, you know, they before people go and buy a gun, they suggest you need to get a background check on your mental health and everything. Well,
yeah.
People who are putting out these comments, I mean, I don't know if they're as stable as they should be. And so it's like, why is their opinion should be fact checked?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how disempowering would it be to say that a woman can't walk around a safe neighborhood and say hi to their neighbor? Because wouldn't these people that are angry be the same ones campaigning for the woman empowerment kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You know, real empowerment is meant to be empowering, giving people the platform to have abilities, be able to communicate, be able to do things. Saying, oh, you should leave people alone because, you know, you're turning them into a victim. That's the complete opposite of that. It makes no sense. Lactose intolerant, man, that is classic.
Yeah, everyone, I'm lactose intolerant. Who isn't?
And it's fine to be lactose intolerant, but don't make it your thing.
No.
It's not your shtick.
No, dude. People
That's
think
quality.
It means like they're the chosen one. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, man.
There's a place in a piney hollow that no one but me can find. Some Choctaw belted in the hillside, stone by stone, in a simpler time. It's a holy place my dad showed me back before this land of mine, on the blue side of the mountain, where the sun don't ever shine. So deep.
Is there foreskin in it?
Yeah, there's a little bit.
So when you're filming and you have a little bit of something in the frame where it's kind of blurry, it's called foreground because there's something in the foreground of the shot, but we just call it foreskin. So there's something I really actually want to talk through just because I think it's such an important idea aside from a bunch of people on TikTok hating me, but it has to do with this social disconnect, being socially adept and able to interact with your environment. I am such a huge proponent of being observational, being super present in the environment that you're in, not being on your phone at all, but learning how to look up, be really aware, improve your peripheral vision. That's a thing that I'm actually pretty big on. You can pick up on so much in your environment if you're willing to just look and listen. And that's why I'm so passionate about the maybe look up from the phone every once in a while concept, because when you look around, you're going to learn a crazy amount of information. When you're able to pick up on people's facial expressions and body language, this is such a major cue of so many things. Because when you're really sharp and you know that of other people that you're observing, you're able to anticipate maybe how they're going to act. I mean, this is no perfect insurance for never having anything bad happen to you, but I think it builds kind of a superpower compared to most people, because everybody is glued to the phones, everybody is distracted from something, and being present is a really big deal. Not just in a weird floaty meditation way, but just knowing who you are in the moment that you're in the environment that you're in. It pays dividends.
And when I look around and I see somebody acting a certain way, right, I'm picking up on these cues and I'm going, oh wow, look how they're being perceived probably by everybody. Let me try and not come off that way. So the abundance of information that can be found in simple observation really is crazy. God, it's so hard to organize this, because I know I'm gonna look back and just go, dang, I wish I had talked about this, or I wish I had spoken on this. I know. So when I have something like this happen, really all it does for me is put me in even more of a state of reflection. I'm constantly reflecting. I'm actually really critical of myself. Over the past years, I've not been so critical performance or productivity wise, but just character wise, and knowing how I come off to other people, trying to be kind, but also pushing people because I know what people are capable of. So I reflect so much, and I think it's difficult because, again, so many people throw their opinions at me, and I think when you post on social media, you just have this responsibility to take it with a grain of salt, but also consider it, because you're putting things out there for people to hear. You're going to make them uncomfortable. You're trying to get them to think in a better way, of course, kind of in the context of what I do. And to receive hate is always a weird thing. And I think maybe the way that I come off to people is very robotic, just because of my discipline and my routines. And I only eat healthy food and I do all these things very strict. And I just don't think a lot of people can relate to that. But I think people can relate to what it's like to have maybe their parents or their friends or the people around them think so harshly upon the way that they live or the choices that they want to make. And I definitely deal with that all of the time. So I never want to make it seem like people saying bad things or mean things about me doesn't feel bad. Of course it feels bad. So I don't like to have the arrogance of, screw them. It's just a bunch of idiots, which, I say things like that too, because I don't know, maybe there's some truth to it, but at the same time, I am constantly in a state of reflecting, and I think that's healthy because I definitely don't run away from that. I welcome that. But there is a point where I can talk to myself and come to my own conclusions as well, no matter how many people oppose those same conclusions.
Now, baby, why wanna hurt me so bad? So bad. I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad.
I don't want it to be ass looking. A lot of the ideas that I'll put out there that I go, yeah, I feel like this is kind of niche, or not a lot of people are going to understand. Those are the better ones versus just, oh, screw you, you drink and I don't, pussy. You know what I mean? It's just, there's fun in talking about the hot button topics.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just,
Well, I agree with that. I think it's more so a matter of presenting it in a way that that version of you that doesn't know better would understand. Just the communication piece to it, where I feel like I skip a lot of points because I just expect people to know because, well, I know. And so it's a matter of understanding where they are and delivering it to them in that place.
I think it's just so hard to overcome cliche. Because I think I've always been really turned off to the things you hear over and over again. Because if I hear a video today about staying consistent,
it's literally the topic of my YouTube video this week.
See?
It's literally consistency.
But that's what I'm saying, is that shouldn't be a bad thing just because I've heard it a million times.
Yeah, true.
I'm not just saying that to save my ass here. That was actually what I was getting to. But I don't know. I think I'm repulsed to cliche to a destructive level for my own ability to help people understand it. Because I go, oh, everyone's already heard the David Goggins videos a million times.
What's crazy is these people don't remember. I said in my video today, I said how we'll hear things like, don't give up, stay consistent, that's where the results are, but then when times get tough, when someone goes through a breakup or when they run out of time, they got to stay late at work, They don't go to the gym. They don't follow their diet. And right there, you just threw away every lesson. And so people do need to be ruthlessly reminded.
That's really ass. Oh shit! Slip that.
Dude, you can see all the little dust and stuff up in here.
Ow! We're doing rounds, right?
Yeah, I think so. So you might be wondering what's changed now that every single person on TikTok seemingly hates yours truly. And the answer is nothing. Literally nothing. I'm here with some of the best people I know in the sauna, doing the same old thing, sweating it out, having a fun time. When I walk outside after being on my phone, processing the whole world hating me, I just see the sun and I see the trees and just go for a walk, and nothing's different. I go to the gym, talk to the same people that I talk to all the time, and it's great, and nothing's different. And I talk to the people I work with and my community, and nothing's different. So people's perception of you doesn't change a thing unless you let it. And I think, taking into consideration what people think of you is definitely really important, but it shouldn't be defining of how you carry out your life and how you hold on to that truth that you actually know is within you and the information that you have. So nothing's changed.
Dude, you should act like you're just fucking devastated, like.
No! I can't believe it.
Start popping pills.
Not the political left hating me.
I think you need to get some antidepressants.
Yeah.
True.
I need to smoke a joint.
True. You guys, I'm so upset. Guys, will you accept my apology? So look, my whole approach with the social media thing in general, speaking first, is I post a ton and I don't really look at the comments and messages a lot. And it's hard because the point of social media is to be social, but it kind of bastardizes the actual socializing. And so I find that if I read too many comments, I get so caught up in what other people think, and I don't have enough time to sit there and go, what do I think of me? What do I sound like to me? And so I love to check the comments and reply to people that leave positive messages because I appreciate the support so much. I mean, it's crazy to even think that I'll post something and maybe 20 people or 50 people, or in some cases 40,000 people have something to say about what I post. But I try not to get too engulfed by that information because when it comes down to it, it's not always the most helpful, even to hear too many good things about yourself, and then of course to read too many bad things about yourself. So I try to not go too crazy with that. Now, in this situation where there's something blowing up, and definitely not in a positive way as far as I can see right now, I do not go on TikTok. I'll take my phone to post on there every day, and I squint, so I can't even see the notifications popping up. I can't see the comments that come down at the top of the screen. I just squint my eyes, go in, write my post it, and get out of the app immediately. Because I already know what people are saying. I already know to a certain extent what people think. It's not worth the ruminating and the processing, because if people aren't going to seek to understand me, why should I sit there and spend my time seeking to understand them?
Damn. Dude, I forgot I said that shit.
So it's interesting. It's a weird balance. I so badly want to interact with the people that give me the support because it means the world. It's given me a life that I couldn't even imagine having before I've had it. But at the same time, spending time with yourself, not listening to the noise, it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. So I'm doing my best. Honestly, that's what I always do. And I
hope that in watching this video, you can kind of get the sense of that. I try and be a genuine person, never perfect, of course, but YouTube is definitely my place because I can sit here and speak on things at length. That's kind of how my mind works. So if that's something that you really like, of course, would love to see you hit the subscribe button. I post every single week on Thursday. Try and bring the best content I possibly can. Always love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Like the sucker, do your thing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.